Hey everyone, I'm doing this a lot later than I meant to, but we're gonna build us a spaceship today. Let's see if we can't get a computer upgrade here, if we can get a little bit more space to do stuff with. Yeah, so that should be a little bit larger of an area. Only cost us 1,000 out of our not nearly enough money there. Alright. Thank you for letting me know that. That is the wrong button. No. We want to re-enter. And we're just going to erase everything here. There might be an easier way to do this. In fact, I completely assume there is. I just don't know what it is offhand. So yeah, this, of course, I am doing this as an offline recording that will be posted to my YouTube channel where I post my streams because of this being the day off Twitch protest, which has been, needless to say, a little bit divisive. And I don't really want to get too deep into that because I may throw around some insults to some people who probably do not deserve it that much. Although, honestly, I'm amazed just how nasty some people have been about the whole thing. Like, I understand and appreciate that not everybody, you know, is going to come out of that financially well. Can I word this in, like, actual words? That would be cool. So, what I'm trying to say, I believe, is that I understand and appreciate that this will hurt some people financially to do it. But also, like, that's sort of the point, is to do something that is not such a great idea for you financially. And either Twitch, you know, shapes up and flies right, or you can point at that and go, hey, look at how little they care about the actual people who are creating things for them, and you know, how much they're willing to steamroll them to not do anything. Which, granted, we already know, so if someone wants to say, hey, it's pointless for that reason, well, I understand that, but you know, it's just sort of, like, really, really bad to see everybody being so quick to just be like, well, doesn't matter. I got mine, is the general tenor that some people have been acting about this. And, you know, there's some other people, too, who are at least being vaguely reasonable, so that much is good. I chose to do it because it's what's right. And, you know, even though I'm not really anybody, and frankly, there's a lot of times when I feel a very strong sense of imposter syndrome about my status as, you know, non-binary, which I used to have in my Twitch tags, but recently that's become a bit of a not such a smart idea. At least I feel like it isn't, because even though I'm sure that these people don't really even have enough brain capacity to understand that such a thing exists, it still is at least a little bit dangerous in that regard, right? I almost feel like I should start over here almost, because I'm having a real hard time explaining this. Maybe I just shouldn't talk about it, because clearly it's a thing that I'm not really prepared to say too much on, other than just, you know, people are being real assholes. Who's surprised? This is far bigger than a lot of other people, and a lot of them are just, you know, not accepting that. Oh my god, that color scheme is terrible. I guess we're switching back to this. I could have sworn there was something that had like a dark blue and a light blue color scheme. This is as close as we can get. The reason why I wanted that is because, well, basically a loop into the fact that this is called the Grossman, which is an inside joke between my friend, user Epionics, and myself, and, well, what I believe I recall to be the origins of said joke. It could be wrong. Yeah, I need an engine. I forgot how to control the thing, that's all. Basically, if I recall correctly, this is a joke that was referring to Tidehunter in Dota 2, of all things. We're not good at the game by any means, neither of us. I mean, he's better at it than I am, but also I admit to not trying very hard either. So that's where that whole thing comes from, I believe. If I recall correctly, which is not necessarily the most useful of a statement there, because I may very well not. And so he's got, like, kind of this cyan and darker green color scheme, so basically, if I could have found something for my spaceship that looked like that, that would have been what I'd been going for, because we were calling him Soggy Grossman for a bit, because, well, he's soggy and gross. And it's not Rex Grossman, definitely. Or any of the other Grossmans out there. That looks horrible. Sorry, I was trying to think of anyone else named Grossman that I knew of offhand. And my immediate thought went to Marvin Grossberg from Ace Attorney. But that's very clearly not someone named Grossman, that's someone named Grossberg. That's a little different. So this big honking jet engine thing can hang out back here, I guess? I'm sort of at a loss, because originally this started out kind of looking a little bit like some sort of, you know, giant mech, but it quickly devolved, because I don't actually know what I want to do with this. I suppose I could just make, like, an actual spaceship, I guess. I'm going to withdraw here. We are not going to save what we have designed. We're instead going to exit, and we're going to go harangue Sid for a couple more ship parts, in case we can afford any of them. Well, he does have some more parts of, unfortunately, these are only protect. He doesn't have the shell or any of the higher tiers, basically. Terrain, I think those are like grabby hands. That scan, we have a better radar than that. Haste, that might be a nice one to throw in there, but that's not going to be a big issue for the moment. Esena, I forget if there's a big difference between the circle and square other than shape. But for now, we want to grab... We only buy 2 of these. Yeah. Like, clearly we can afford more, but they don't want us to have any more. That's unfortunate. Also, you can see that I bought the wrong thing. This is what we need for a larger area to build stuff in. So let's go ahead and let's try something out with this. Let's see what we can do here. Oh my god, I wish I could just remember how to do this properly. Unfortunately, I'm not that smart, so, I mean, as you could tell from that opening monologue where I just stumbled over every word in the English dictionary and quite a few that weren't. Including most of the ones that I did not use, which is almost like a talent, if you don't know what a talent is. And I don't mean the type of ancient coin. See, it's things like that that prevent me from something. I don't know. Color. We wanna... You know, let's just make everything purple, because purple is not bad. Not a bad color. In fact, you might say it's a good color. Oh, that yellow. Just looking at this thing, I was almost like, I'm tempted to make this into a bus. I don't have that many wheel gummies, though, so... Not quite that much of a space bus for us, as much as that would be funny. I assume. There we go, that. Let's make like a cat sort of thing, I guess. Those need to be further back. For the moment, we're going to just sort of draw out the body in these squares to give us a rough idea of what it's going to be like. And clearly this isn't quite right. It's probably have like a wider stance, I think, is what we're... So we're gonna... We're going to have a very wide cat, I guess. Well, I feel like most people I know, their cats are pretty chunky, so... You know, quite the chonker, as it were. A chonker. That'll do, that'll do that. We just have to actually shape the legs and everything, which we'll do in a second. Do I have some more of these, like, arcing pieces? I surely do. Although I don't really have the, like, curved dome pieces for... I just have the little cappers. Alright, do I have any of those? I have one, as far as I can tell, and it's a shell type. That's okay. I'll just buy a couple of those in a second. They only cost like 20 or 40 a piece or something, right? Anyway, we all know cats have like a turbine engine for a butt, right? That's totally normal, isn't it? Alright, so once again, save over that. And we'll come back to that in a second. Alright, Sid. You've got what I need, right? But you say he's just a friend. Right, 6 should be good? I think so. We got 25 of those. Alright, we have a lot of the little square arrows. Okay, so we're good there. We don't have enough money for any of this expensive crap anymore, which is hopefully okay. Oh, 38 blocks used already. Wow. We are hopefully not going to run into any sort of limits on that, that's for sure. Alright, over here. Gonna be honest with you, I might not know what a cat looks like. I mean, at the very least, I do know that they're usually not purple. But it's too late now. Purple's too good of a color. It's a cat with a very pudgy face. It's perfectly normal. How do these squirrels look? You know what? Sure. It'll give us a little more defense, I guess. I have a slightly funny looking cat cheeks there, I guess. So to help give us a little bit of movement here, we're going to have as our cat's toes, or well, the front of its feet anyway, these little flat wings. So we can start on our first instance of refining the shape of the body by replacing those cubes in the back with these. Then we can, like, restructure the legs. We don't have a ton of space here, but if I can ever hash out these disorienting controls, you can sort of make the legs bend backwards, right? Let's have some rounded bits in the back of the cat's correct to call it a knee? I don't know. Again, I'm not sure if this comes through, but I'm not 100% certain always of what a cat looks like. So, get those little tiny engines back there. And then we start in on these things. Because there is one thing that I know about cats, and that is that they do have these big shoulder-mounted guns. I don't know why they do, but they do. How many weapons can we attach to this cat? Can we have 8? There we go. I feel like I need like some sort of leather strap thing over the back. I may do that, just that way it looks like it's got a thing. I wonder how brown we can get a color on our bits here. We can get orange. That's like the best right now. I think there's an enhanced ability to spray paint things that you can get later on. So that's something that I guess we'll probably like redo later, but for now, sure. Cat has a funny looking thing across the back here. The A, give it a little more health, and B, am I out of those? I'm out of those, okay. Amazing. And by amazing, I mean that kind of cheeses me off a little bit, to be honest with you. But we'll make do with what we have, and we'll complain about it on stream at some point, I guess. Next time I play this. If I don't just die of tired next time, I guess. And again, if I can ever remember how to properly control the thing. Alright. So we got a couple of other things that we can do here. A big one would be that we could get some actual wings on there too. And also, as far as I know, and I know that this doesn't exactly necessarily apply that well to this monstrosity that we've created, but I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, that cats usually have tails, right? So maybe we should do something about that. Yes, that's exactly what a cat's tail looks like, right? Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I mean, we could kind of give it one of those... God, that thing is huge, actually, come to think of it, relatively speaking. I almost feel like I should have the lasers, because, you know, cats, they'll chase laser pointers. I wonder if it'll yell at me for having too many guns or something. Oh, no, we can still have that. Okay, well, I wanted to put the the radar dish up there, but now we've got a cat with guns strapped to its tail. Perfectly logical as far as I'm concerned. Honestly, this thing doesn't look like a cat anymore anyway, so I could probably just do whatever I feel like. Those are 3 long. I'd rather have 2x1s. Unfortunately, float is a 3x1 also. So, screw it. I guess we're doing these. Right next to the feet. That's right, the feet. Saying it that way because it produces a response in the back end of your brain. And that response is to run the fuck away from whoever said it like that, I believe. Let's use these as well. And you know, with all these wings, I bet this thing is going to handle like hot garbage. They're just going to be like, it's too many wings. I don't know what we're supposed to be doing to rudder this properly or whatever. I don't know anything about flying technology, and in this case, that appears to be beneficial. I mean, it's Kingdom Hearts. If you knew anything about any subject going into this, you would turn into CinemaSins, I'm pretty sure, just because Kingdom Hearts will make you into a cynical person. Alright, there we go. See, look at this thing. This should be fine. I have a speed value of 1 star. It's not a very good cat, but it will have to do. We have an armor rating of 3. Hopefully we have some semblance of maneuverability. But you know what? We're gonna go and we're gonna test it out a little bit first, because, you know, I spent half an hour on this thing. Let's make sure that it's a piece of shit. Let's make sure that it's as terrible as the failure of the concept was. Alright, let's go this way. And enjoy your sound effects, buddies. It moves around alright. You got a much larger looking armor meter than before. That power meter is looking decently sized too. That means we can fire a lot of laser beams. I mean, sure, we're not going super fast, but it's not like we're trying to speedrun this. I started playing this game like a month and a half ago or something. I don't remember. It was a while ago, though, so, you know, it'd be the world's longest speedrun, that's for sure. Like, I know that there's some Animal Crossing speedruns that top out around Look, they're definitely in the upper double digits of hours, like over 50, right? For 100% for Animal Crossing. And that, I believe, is unsegmented, because apparently some people are just completely wild. Oh, hey, we got a wheel gummy. So, we can get a little closer to our space bus thing from earlier. I don't actually want to do that. All right, folks, I think that, you know what, let's drive back. Because I'm sure you all haven't had enough of this blaster sound effect yet. I don't know why I'm doing that. That seems like a bad idea. Alright, so once we get into town here, once we save up, that is going to do it for us for this video. This is a lot shorter than what I wanted to do, but I kind of got cold feet about it because I'd be complaining about that far more than I would be complaining about anything related to Twitch. Boy, I just hope that people realize that the phrase, you miss all of the shots that you don't take, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, rather, I believe is how it's actually said, is actually true sometimes. And that's all I've got. I will see you on Friday.